and welcome back to another video. I'm Christina and today we're doing a hashtag because why not? By the way, I saw that I have a couple more subscribers. I reached 100 subscribers and I'm like, oh my god. Oh, hi. Oh gosh. Anyways, so thank you for being here and thank you for watching. And I thought that I would do hashtag one deck gone wild with el Tarot del Encanto, which is my deck, the deck that I created. I thought this would be a nice introduction to the imagery and to the story behind the images and my opinion of the deck itself. So yeah, I wanted to so now I'm answering. I just started. I'm answering the first prompt, by the way, which is why did you pick this deck? So oh, by the way, this was a hashtag made 2 years ago by Candy Soul and Soil. So yeah, it's old, but I'm bringing it back because, again, why not? So anyways, why did you pick this deck? I picked this deck because I made it and I wanted to introduce you to it. It's still not out for purchase. I need to figure out the logistics of that. I need to figure out printing and distribution and all that good stuff. And yeah, it feels overwhelming and I don't know what I'm doing, so be patient with me. This copy I got from makeplayingcards.com. I did the whole shebang of putting this in the template that they have for the cards, choosing the amount of cards, the size, putting up the backing. I even made a talk box, but this is not what I want in a box for my deck, because as you can see in the edges, I've had this since August and I've had this in my purse multiple times, and it's already very worn out and like, yeah, the talk box is not very good quality. The cardstock itself, it is good quality, but I wish it was different. But anyway, next prompt. Let me move the deck to the side because I have prepared the different answers here so that I can just show you. Okay. Anyways, favorite set of minors. So for me, it is the twos. I really like how the twos ended up being. There is balance, there is color, there is I don't know. Ooh, now that I notice, it's like these are individualized like cards, but these two are companionship, because that's sort of the meaning behind the Two of Cups, right? So yeah, it's I really like, this is the first card, the first minor arcana after the aces that I made, and it was slowly but surely like a discovery process of how I wanted the image to look, and the water, this is water, by the way. It's a wave that's crashing into the rock. And yeah, and then this is the sunrise, and this person is looking at the sunrise from their porch, drinking coffee, getting ready for the day. And I just love the colors that I used in this card. This card, I have two people of different skin tones. Initially, the first iteration of this card I didn't like, and I had the arms way too high, like the proportions were not correct. So I decided to change it a bit and add the energies from the cups coming in to do the double spiral and merge into one that was Cleo, not entity but energy, you know. And then here, this is the Two of Swords, and she's carrying two machetes. And I really like this iteration of the Two of Swords because it's like the classic, right? Hold on, I have my Rider-Waite-Smith here. I should be able to find it, and I did. Okay, ta-da! It's a classic. So, but there are three pointed stones in the background as if they were islets in the water, because you know that's what appears in the Two of Swords and the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's in the shape of a semi, which is a three-pointed stone artifact that would be found in villages from the Taino people. There aren't any islets and islands in that shape, but it's my deck, and I can give my images whatever shape I want. So ta-da! And it's okay. That's the twos. Okay, so next prompt is, what card reminds you to relax when it comes up? The Four of Swords. And yeah, you can see why. It makes you want to go on holiday and go to the beach and just string up your hammock and put on your hat, be on your bathing suit, and just relax. It's just I can hear the sound of the waves and everything. It's just lovely. There is a particular beach that I like to go, Balneario Escambrón in Puerto Rico. So that was the place that I was thinking of when making this image. But it can be honestly any beach where there are a bunch of palm trees. So that is Cleo. She wants her food. But it's not her time yet. Anyways, next is number 4, is your favorite representation of the color blue. I have the star here, and I like this representation of the color blue because it reminds me of the sea at night, even though the sea at night just looks black. I like to imagine it in this bright dark blue, almost like dark teal. this card in particular, it's as if a figure is swimming on the bioluminescent bay, one of the bioluminescent bays in Puerto Rico. And that brings an element of glow and brightness into the water at night. Because bioluminescence, if you don't know, it is microorganisms that live in the water, and during the day they are dormant and at the bottom of the water, and like gaining energy from the sun and from their environment. And at night they rise to the surface, and you can move the water, and with the movement they light up, and it's just beautiful. And you can see there are little hold on, there are little lines here as if it's fish swimming beside her, and this would be the reflection of the stars on the water. So yeah, I really like this version of the star. Choose your favorite representation of insert card. Choose your own adventure. So I chose 3 cards. So bear with me. This is Death, the Devil, and the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands, I like it because it's bomba. It is a musical genre, folkloric genre of music and dance from Puerto Rico that was started with the people that were brought from Africa and were enslaved in the island. They celebrated their religion and planned in secret with the drums and with their dance, and it's become a new sort of urban movement of celebration of our identity and our culture. So it's just this reminds me of that, and I love it. The devil, is the Vejigante. Vejigante, it doesn't have a translation. It's just a name, as far as I know. So the Vejigante is the masked character in that is part of a festival in the southern part of the island, I believe. I've never been to the festival, so don't quote me. So yes, the Vejigante has a little that's Cleo, has a little cage, and he has the key to the cage here, and he is dressed as a very wealthy person, because those are the people that are running the country to the ground and watching out for their own interests and not doing good by the people that they're supposed to serve. Anyway, yeah. What? You need to wait 30 more minutes. Yeah. Anyway, death. This is a very personal card. It has to do with my mom. And as I mentioned in my previous video, I don't really want to talk about her situation. It's just, she was a thanatologist, and a certified thanatologist, and thanatology is the study of death and bereavement and grief. So I did the skull, half a skull, I guess. I missed the jaw bone on purpose because I like this shape. So the skull is to represent death, and the Cruz de Marta is to represent life, and my dad. So really this card is like to honor both my parents. So the story is that my mom was having difficulty walking, so she used to do rounds in the balcony of practicing to walk, and every time she would complete a lap around the balcony, she would get a little Cruz de Malta flower on her hair that my dad would put on her hair, and that became a core memory for me, and this is how I want to remember it and share the story. And yeah, eventually I might talk more about my mom, but not now. Next. Oy oy oy. What card makes you feel nostalgic? Six of Cups. And that is very, very appropriate, because isn't it the Six of Cups supposed to be about nostalgia? So the reason why this makes me feel nostalgic is because I used to do this when I was little. This would be the space underneath the dining room table at my grandmother's house, and my cousins and I would bring out the dominoes and just start building towers and building like rows and paths, and just knock the dominoes off and make a mess and be loud and, you know, be kids. So yeah, this is why this card makes me feel nostalgic. Oh my god! What card shifts your perspective? The Moon. The moon is meant to be a person looking at Puerto Rico from the ocean at night, and that is a scary situation to be in. But I just imagined, I don't know, I just imagined what would it be like to have like initiation, to be part of nature, to have that wild side come out because of survival, you know. So yeah. Okay, number 8. What favorite animal that's represented? Six of Pentacles. I like cats, as you can hear from the cat that is meowing incessantly next to me, claiming her food, wanting to be fed, and then she would leave me alone. Should I feed her? It's only 5:36 at the moment. I feed her at 6. So she still has a good few minutes to wait. And she can wait. She'll just complain all the way. See? See? Ugh. Anyway. Number 9. Which court card reminds you the most of heartbreak? The King of Pentacles. He is sitting in the roots of a tree called La Ceiba. Well, it's called Ceiba. So, yeah. La is just an article. If you remember your grammar, it's like the. Anyway, yeah. The King of Pentacles, I modeled him after my father, and he is, he looks sort of like this, and he loves orchids and growing different species of orchids and whatnot. And he has a giant pentacle on the side, as if it's a shield. And yeah, this is the card that reminds me of heartbreak, because of the current situation. Again, my mom is not well, my dad is taking care of her. That's it. Which card constantly follows you and appears from this deck? The Fool. I've been reading with this deck a bunch, but every time I reach for this deck and it's in order, the first card I see is the Fool. So that's how I'm counting that prompt. Because yeah, it's the first card in the tarot, and it's the first card that I created. So the Fool card has had like 3 iterations. I started an oil painting, and then moved on to watercolor, and then moved on to this, which is canvas and paint marker. This would be the original painting. Ta-da! So yeah, the Fool. I'm gonna leave that card while I answer the next question, which is, if you made this deck a meal, what would it be? And I choose arroz con gandules and pasteles, which means rice and pigeon peas and pasteles, which are sort of like the Puerto Rican version of a tamal. Tamales. You know tamales. Anyway, pasteles are made with plantain, and they are stuffed with potatoes and pork or chicken or meat. Meat? Do we use meat on pasteles? I haven't tasted meat on pasteles. Anyways, and sometimes people include olives, but others are against olives with a passion. So yeah. Anyway, that is what I would cook this hello. That is what I would cook that deck. Sorry, the camera went out because it got to the limit of the length that the video records, which is like 25 minutes. So yeah. Anyway, what is this deck's favorite book? Gigantes by Francisco Arribi, which is a theater play about this family of women who are dealing with the changes of society and with their ancestry and all of that good stuff. And it's from a Puerto Rican playwright. If you were to travel anywhere, where would you take this deck? Puerto Rico. Where else? Where does this deck want to go? The next Bad Bunny concert. Something you would change about the deck. I would change the cardstock, because it is very bendy. That's good. And it has a good snap in the riffle shuffle. Like this. Ah! Did you hear that? That was wonderful. Anyway, I like this cardstock, but I don't know. I wanted something heftier. Which card would you hang in the room, in the living room or dining room of your house? Ah, that is not the card. Did I mess up? I messed up. Oh no, I shuffled the cards into the deck. Ah! Oh no. Okay, well, pooh. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh no. I had it organized so well. And I was doing so well. And then I had to shuffle. Oh man. Okay. Well, I like the High Priestess because she reminds me of just looking into the mirror, into the darkness, and seeing what you see, and just, yeah, it's a cool image. It's like a woman at night, and at night you only have the light of the moon to go by, and you don't really see color, so that's why her skin is blue. Okay, next card. Let me see if I can find it. Something that sets the deck apart first. Well, okay. Something that sets this deck apart is that, as far as I know, it's the first tarot deck that focuses only on Puerto Rican culture. So, yeah. Boy. So, if this deck could have one superpower, what would it be? Teleportation, so it's easier to visit any scenery in the card. That would be awesome. I would be able to teleport home and come back and do my work, and then teleport home back again on a weekend and just be in Puerto Rico and away from the cold. That would be nice. But anyway, yeah. Who would you gift a copy of this deck to if you could? My grandparents, though they were very Christian, evangelical, so I doubt they would want to have a tarot deck, but they would be conflicted because I am their granddaughter. So, and it's my art, and they are featured in the deck, so you know, in some areas, just one card really, and then the backing of the card is inspired in the gate of their house. So yeah. Okay, let me see if I can find the next one. What card would be your pet? Oh shoot. It's all mixed in. It's all mixed in, people. I made a mistake. The Nine of Pentacles. I have the Puerto Rican parrot there. But initially I thought of putting a common pigeon, because I grew up having a pigeon in my house that we rescued from Old San Juan. So yeah, I don't know. I like birds, but yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start. I think cats are easier, but that's beside the point. What's the deck's biggest fear? Oils. And I say that because if you can see, there are some dots in the edges of the deck that rub off when I touch them. Can you see that? So the deck's biggest fear is oils, because I put on oil, like ritual oil, in my hands and just smushed it into my hands, and then bathed the deck with my hands, just like went like this, and getting all the cards and touching and all of that. And because of that, the edges has started to get this weird oxidation in the edges. So yeah, that's the deck's biggest fear. If the deck had its own collection, what would it collect? Seashells and beach stones. Yep. Draw 3 random cards. Bed, wed, and bedhead. I don't know what that means, but sure. Bed, wed, bedhead. What's that for? I have no idea, but we have the Empress, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. And yeah. And then what's next? What's the deck's signature or favorite scent or flavor? Scent would be night blooming jasmine. I grew up with a night blooming jasmine tree at the back of my house, so that is a very like homey scent for me. It was very strong during the night. It was very beautiful. And flavor, I would say the sweet plantains. We call them amarillitos, which means little yellow, because they get yellow. So yeah, I would say amarillitos because it's nice and sweet. Who is the deck in love with? El Mar y el Sol. Which means the sea and the sun. And if you know the Puerto Rican anthem, himno. Oh man. Then if you know, you know. How old does this deck believe it is? It's just a baby. It's just a baby because I just made it. But mentally, I think it's like 50 years old. I don't know. Number 27. Who is this deck's father? Me, because who else is gonna be the father? I am the father and the mother. Yeah, what? Anyway, what is the gender of this deck? Or does the deck identify as a gender? No gender, it's just a pack of cards, with pretty images on them. Most and least favorite card and why? Three of Pentacles, most favorite, and oh man, now I have to look for it because I shuffled the deck. Hold please. Least favorite, because I still have issues with the world. Okay, so let me explain. Most favorite, one of the most favorite, because this is the tower. It's an iconic tower in my university, in the University of Puerto Rico, Recinto de Rio Piedras, the Rio Piedras campus. So I chose that to be the image for the Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles reminds me of study and of teamwork and of, you know, feeding off or learning off of each other, off of your coworkers or your co-students or, you know, classmates or professors or whatever. So this reminds me of that. And then the world, my least favorite card, because I've already changed it. I need to like retake the picture, and this is the world painting. You see that I've added a couple of islands because Puerto Rico is an archipelago. Archipelago. So Puerto Rico is an archipelago, whatever, and it's not just one island, it's many. So yeah, I wanted to represent that little part of the you know, bigger archipelago of the Caribbean. Anyway, so the idea is that world is on top of a turtle, which is within the Ouroboros, and this is like a cosmovision of what the world would look like. This is like zooming back, zooming out. Now, what does any card remind you of someone, and who? Yes. And it's this card reminds me of my brother, the Knight of Pentacles, because he's very Knight of Pentacles. He's very like watchful and grounded, and, you know, makes decisions based on his groundedness and whatnot. And then the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, it reminds me of my cousin Jose. He's no longer here. He passed recently. So he was just a very happy-go-lucky person, super intelligent, super active with, you know, his sports and his friends and traveling, and, you know, yeah, I realized that this reminded me of Jose after I created it. I didn't make it with Jose in mind, but it just reminds me of his energy. Next question is number 31. Which card in the deck do you feel the most represents you right now? And for me, that is the Eight of Pentacles, because I am learning as I go. This is all just a learning journey. And I hope that I can make more decks. I hope that I can, you know, work with someone. I'm throwing it out there. I want to work with someone, you know, that needs an artist, because now we have to deal with AI taking artist jobs, and it's not fair, because 78 images came from me, a human. No AI was used in the creation of this deck or guidebook, because I'm in the process of doing the guidebook as well. So it's just hard work and dedication and patience and going back to it and just perseverance. So yes, this would be the card that represents me at the moment. 32. What card in this deck do you feel gives a unique spin on your regular opinion of that card? I will say it is the Five of Pentacles, because this is a different, a very different, sorry, I'm looking for the Five of Pentacles in my Rider-Waite-Smith for comparison. So this is the Rider-Waite-Smith. You can see two figures that are downtrodden, down on their luck. They are not doing very good out on the snow, outside of this structure with stained glass windows that have 5 pentacles. Hypothetically, is supposed to be a church, and it represents that element of hope that you know, just reach out to those that could help you in this situation. This card is a person that is downtrodden as well, but he's still well dressed, and yeah, he's in a somewhere in the streets of Old San Juan, because that's where I imagined it. And he is dreaming. The pentacles are forming this barrier between reality and his dream, his imagination. He's dreaming of the American dream, the going to another city outside the island and getting a better life for himself. This is supposed to be the New York skyline. So it's just a reference to those people that wish to go to the diaspora and build a better life for themselves because X, Y, or Z reason, you know? So, yeah. Now, which card or cards in this deck make you laugh? For me, the Three of Cups, because you can hear the laughter in their celebration, in their togetherness, and just how happy they are to be out there in the water, just splashing around, and the sun is looking at them from the horizon, and it's just pretty. It's a pretty card. Ta-da! Okay. Next, it is which card in this deck makes you feel calm, seen, or emotional? The Ten of Pentacles, because that is my grandmother teaching me how to crochet. So it has that meaning of inheritance and of just passing down knowledge and all that good stuff. What is this deck's favorite tarot deck? That would be the Secrets of Paradise Tarot, because it's also it also has Puerto Rican culture in it. So these are the backs. This is how hefty the deck is. The cardstock is very, I don't know, it's kind of plasticky. I don't like it. But the images are cool. These people are buying quenepas on the side of the road. And there is El Morro with a peso, which was the Spaniards' currency. There is, I think, is the Walter Mercado. This is Mexican. This is Mexican culture. So and over here you have the coquí, and they are serving coffee, and they have the flamboyant in the background. So yeah, very Puerto Rican, and well, Latin American actually, because it has different Latin American cultures and Caribbean cultures in here. So yeah. Next is what is the outlier card of the deck? The Ten of Swords. That's how I decided to represent the Ten of Swords. It's kind of gruesome because there's a lot of red for blood. But it has that, again, that an element of getting back up and trying to get yourself out of the situation you're in. And yeah, she's not having a good time, or they are not having a good time, because yeah, they're being impaled by 10 machetes all over their body. That sounds very uncomfortable. So last prompt would be, what is this deck's favorite spread? And the reality is, I don't know. I like to make up spreads as I go, depending on the situation. So I can shuffle the cards now because that was the last prompt. Haha. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh man. What was the prompt again? What is the deck's favorite spread? Okay, so I want to create spreads for this deck as well to add to the guidebook, but I have no idea how to do it. How do you come up with your spreads? The people who may see this, who may have created a tarot deck and a book to go with it, or if you create spreads and share them online, let me know what do you do, because I want to do like funky Puerto Rican style references in the spreads, but I have no idea where to start. So yeah. That is El Tarot del Encanto, your like first introduction to this deck. I hope you enjoyed, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Do you think you would like this deck? That would be awesome. And yeah, just if you have any knowledge about website building, hit me up, because I need to build a website to be able to sell this thing, as well as sell my art. So yeah, I'm just putting it out there, putting it out into the universe that I need help with this, people. I need help. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.